Marek Kutek, for most of you in the room, you know him. He's really the reason we're here tonight. It was his vision to bring us all together to celebrate this great evening. And without further ado, because he didn't give me any other comments to brag about him, I'm going to introduce him to you right now as Marek.
I asked him if this will work. All right, cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, friends, thank you very much for coming. I'm honored and I'm thrilled to have you all here. What numbers? 134, our friends and colleagues. So thank you very much.
Nope, yep, that still works. My goal for tonight, for everybody, is to enjoy abundance of meal, which hopefully you guys do, wine and beer. And we're going to celebrate 3 important moments. But before we do so, please join me standing for a moment of reflection and respect to our loved ones. For people who left us in sickness and health, for our fathers, mothers, sons and daughters who fought for our freedom and for life we live today. Thank you, be seated. First, on December 3rd, 1818, Illinois became 21st US state. This is for everybody to cheer for. This is our home. For nearly 4 decades, our very own Judy Bartopinka, as many of you know, represent Czechoslovakian heritage at the highest level. I was hoping that Joe would be here already, but he got lost on the way over. So he's coming, so we'll say hello to him, shortly after he arrives. Second, on December 28th, 1918, Czechoslovakia became an independent country, first beacon of democracy in Central Europe. Puzzled for 5 original regions, where I tried to put the flags, for you for the display. The first one is Bohemian, second one is Moravian, Silesian, am I right? I always get mixed up. Third, the fourth one is Slovakia, and the fifth one is Ruthenia. Modern Czechoslovakian heritage produced very well-known individuals, but I've always been proud of it, and I want to mention just a few. From sports, Marian Bosa, Jaromír Jágr. Anybody's hockey fan? We also had tennis people, Ivan Lendl, that's for the, and Martina Navratilova for the older people. We have our very own Evan Lisacek, who is figure skating from Naperville, and George Halas, who started NFL history. Well, I have a surprise for you. We have a Halas family representative. Tom Halas, right over in the corner. Please, can you please get up? Tom Halas, can you get up? He's not related to the George, but the last name is the same, and we didn't find out if he's related. So, from entertaining industry, we have few. You might not know that John Bon Jovi, Jason Mraz, Paulina Pořízková possibly, and recently director Miloš Forman, who recently passed away. From business, Ray Kroc, founder of McDonald's, founder of Uber, Travis Kalanick, and then I'm proud to say Fred Malik. Many of you might not hear about him, but he was an advisor to 4 US presidents, and he was the president of Marriott Hotel and former airline, Northwest Airline, forgive me. From politics, I like to call 3 Johns. Former Secretary of State, John Kerry, current Chief of Justice, John Roberts, current Ohio Governor, John Kasich, and of course we cannot forget Madeleine Albright. I think that deserves, some applause. Thank you. I think it's fair to also mention that Polish independence was established of November 11, 1818, and we have a bunch of Polish friends around in this room, so I think it's fair to say. And the Polish culture is probably the closest to Czechoslovakians domestically here in the US and also in homeland Czechoslovakia. So third, at the last moment, my dear friend Sarah Burr couldn't come, but we have a representation by her husband and his father, who will carry the Special Olympic torch. Anna Marie Berg was the lady who was a major element of Special Olympics as early as 1965. Along with Kennedy family, the official games started July 20th, 1968. Eunice Kennedy Schreiner and Anne Marie Berg commenced new era of athletes. I think that deserves something like that. All of these events are so different, but they certainly share common values. I think we can all agree on it. I believe heritage, regardless where you come from, is like your DNA. When you grow up, you need to know where you belong, and often answers many questions along your adult life. Our parents and our grandparents lived in this nation for a very long time, but often heritage organizations disrespect one another, and for a long time they all played in their own sandboxes. I like to think that people, leaders of now and a long time ago, had the best interest in their mind, but simply time has prevailed and some couldn't keep up. People did not abandon one another, nor they abandoned their ideas, their sense of communities, their unities. I believe we want to all live by each other, by happiness, not by misery. We live in time when greed poisoned human souls and barricaded the world with the hate. We develop technologies that gives us abundance. Our cleverness left us hard and unkind. We think too much and we feel too little. More than technology, we need humanity. More than smartness, we need kindness. Without these qualities, life will be harsh and violent, and human effort might forever be lost. We the people have the power to make kindness, power to make happiness, power to make really anything. So let's work in conjunction that gives us a future and makes everybody included of all ages. I know there's a one thing that can bind us together. That's love. Love for this country, love for the family, love for the dreams, love for hope, love for life, happiness, and pursuit of happiness. I'm a father, and I am a husband, and I'm also a dreamer. And for nearly 20 years, I'm a son of this nation. And so is everyone else who lives in this country and peacefully integrate as our ancestors did. You don't have to tell me that you possibly feel the same, because I met many of you in person, and I know that the feeling comes from your eyes and comes from your heart, and I'm sure I know it. So let's unite, extend our hand, regardless your heritage, religion, beliefs, race, or differences. Because only then, and only then, we can make a better world, not only for our children, but more importantly, for our future generations. Thank you.